We are from the Philippine Red Cross Negros Occidental Bacolod City Chapter, volunteers of the Senior Plus Red Cross Youth Council of Ramon Torres National High School, and we are the youth innovators of the Hamtang Project. One look at the world today is all that it takes for us to conclude that we are indeed fogged up with overwhelming misfortunes. The pandemic has greatly affected the livelihood and source of income of most families in the country, being the reason why underprivileged households least prioritize supplies to combat the virus. The Hamtang Project provides Hamtang bags containing basic needs and essentials in facing this pandemic, such as face masks, face shields, and hygiene supplies. In addition, the bags also contain groceries, rice, and other goods to augment basic daily needs. Hamtang came from the word butang, meaning to place or put, wherein we adopted the idea of placing relief packs on top of a chair instead of handing it physically. The main purpose of this concept is to avoid physical contact due to COVID-19 safety protocols.
Just like how a match can ignite into a blazing fire, the Hamtang Project's ideation started when one of us saw a relief pack placed on top of a plastic white chair 2 steps away from a house. We did not expect that this basic concept can be a start of a simple yet impactful project. All of the Council's projects and programs are inspired by a desire to serve the people, especially the vulnerable ones.
To be able to reach out despite the strict pandemic protocols, we adopted the idea of placing relief packs on top of a chair instead of handing it physically for the implementation of the project. We created our prototype considering the 3 core activities of design thinking, which are ideation, inspiration, and implementation that we learned from the academy workshops. We selected 2 communities to be the project's beneficiaries, which are Purok Paco, Barangay Pacol, Valladolid, and Purok Canitom, Barangay Sampinet, Bago City, considering its population and economic status of people. We have conducted site visits to assess and focus on the people we are designing for and listen to them directly so we may identify optimal solutions that meet their needs. Through this, we knew that they lack necessities to combat the virus such as face masks, face shields, and hygiene supplies as well as goods for their daily needs. Realizing this, we thought on how would the seed fund given will be maximized and not just be materialized. And this is when we got the idea of using the seed fund to start as shirt merchandise with the help of our project partner, Project Bayunihan.
We maximized the fund to produce what we call Hamtang shirts, just like what we are wearing, to raise additional funds through selling shirts. We thought of this innovative way of raising funds for we see that it will be engaging to people to wear their support. The seed fund amounting 27 and 103,000 pesos plus the proceeds from the shirt merchandise amounting around 20,000 pesos were used to conduct the project.
We also collaborated with various organizations, local businesses, and private individuals to promote and take part in this initiative. Being the project head, I've witnessed firsthand such sense of purpose, especially during site visits wherein we saw how hard their lives were before and even harder when the pandemic came. Take their perspective, walk in their shoes, and that's when you'll find out that in certain aspects in life, we still have more. So we see it as our responsibility to serve and help others more as well. We also saw the limitless potential of a seed fund if it is maximized well, just like what we did that we were able to raise additional funds. On the project testing, we have successfully assisted 200 beneficiaries with necessities to combat COVID-19. Based on the testing process, the potential for future impact of these projects is seen through educating importance of adequate personal hygiene procedures and COVID-19 protocols that can take part into lessening the spread and transmission of COVID-19 in the community. And even when the pandemic ends, this project can still continue to provide assistance to other communities or aspects the next time, like giving support to feeding programs and many more.
Given the chance to receive the further seed funding, we would also use it to provide the same goods we gave and conduct shirts, merchandise, fundraising, just like we did during the testing, and would provide an additional medical mission to our beneficiaries.
It is because this is also one that we see that they really need, as most of them can be undiagnosed of certain health conditions due to poverty, for they can't afford to go to hospitals to be checked regularly. But then we didn't have the chance to provide this during the testing, as it also requires more fund in order to be materialized.
Also, we can provide livelihood programs to give them jobs and business chances, so that we may improve the state of life of low-income sectors as they are just dependent to seasonal works. This will all be possible with your help. We hope that you will be with us
once again as we give smiles
One community
at a time.